I'm Natasha Devon and I am a patron for the charity No Panic. And one of the reasons that I'm so proud to be associated with No Panic is because I have personal experience of anxiety. I have a diagnosis of something called panic disorder, which means that if I don't take care of myself, if I'm not vigilant, it's very easy for me to have a panic attack. A few years ago now, when I was at my worst and my sickest, I was having about 2 panic attacks a day. And anybody who's ever experienced a panic attack will tell you that they really take it out of you. So having them that frequently really did interfere with my ability to function and live a normal life. I'm now at a point where I have 2 panic attacks a year. And how I've got here is through a combination of things. I take medication, I've had therapy, and in therapy I learned a lot of coping tools, CBT techniques to help bring myself back when I start to feel anxious. Identifying anxiety early on is really key to that process. But I've also changed my lifestyle. I have boundaries now. I say no to things. I ring fence time every single day for self-care, for things like exercise, fresh air, nature, and I also have a pet. And all of these things combined have been absolutely crucial to my recovery. Not only that, they're the things that have helped me to survive the past year or so, the pandemic and lockdown. So if anybody is struggling during this time of uncertainty about the future and restrictions on the way that we live, if you can plug yourself into the online mental health community, there are lots of people there who have experience of mental illness themselves, have learned how to manage it, and can share really practical tips that you also might find useful to help you navigate this time. And on that note, there's someone that I would recommend you give a follow. My friend Sharu Izadi wrote this book, The Kindness Method. This is actually an uncorrected proof. The real book has a white cover with green patterns rather than a green cover with white patterns. But it's called The Kindness Method. And Sharu pioneered this method after working in frontline addiction services for the NHS and also having overcome a food addiction herself. And it works on the basis that the way that we talk to ourselves, if we've picked up unwanted habits or if we're struggling to make the changes we want to make, is really unhelpful. And Sharu's number 1 bit of advice in this book is to talk to yourself the way that you would talk to your best friend. If you had a best friend who was finding it tough at the moment and had maybe picked up some unwanted habits, you wouldn't tell them that they were useless and an idiot. You would remind them of what a wonderful person they are. You would remind them that they have successfully made changes in the past, and you would celebrate every small win. And if we applied that to ourselves, then we would be much more mentally strong, mentally resilient, and much more able to incorporate those lifestyle changes which really support good mental health. So I recommend giving Sharu a follow. Some other people that I would recommend following are Claire Easton, who has social anxiety and wrote the book We Are All Mad Here, and she has a blog of the same name. Patron Natasha, who lost her husband to suicide and talks a lot about how exercise has helped her to become mentally stronger. And also Leon Mckenzie, speaking of being stronger, he's an ex-professional footballer and boxer and also a mental health advocate who has experience of depression. Hope you find that useful and good luck.